Jailer Rock, percent off collector. We're here with another Transformers unboxing and review. And this one is interesting because if you've been watching my channel, I love me some Soundwave. But this is the R.E.D series of Soundwave. And I mean, he doesn't transform, but he looks pretty sweet. So we're going to open him up and see how's it stack up. Is this red line a real thing? At least for me, looking so good so far. Let's go to the photo booth and find out. Quickly before we begin, I know all the YouTubers say it, but we're trying to reach 500 subscriptions. So if you like this video, please consider giving us a like, comment, sub, and hit that notification button because we're doing videos every single week. At least 2, most of the time 3. Thanks a lot. All right, we're back at the photo box, and I'm here with the Transformers R.E.D Soundwave, and basically R.E.D stands for Robot Enhanced Design. So these are the figures where they don't have an alt mode. So for the most part, that didn't really interest me just because I like transforming Transformers. And I know that I think it was in the 90s they came out with some Transformers that also did not transform, and I guess this is supposed to be part of that, but also more design to it. So there's a more articulation, there's more design because you don't have to worry about doing the transformation. Now, I was able to pick this up at Ross for $7.99, and I've seen this thing go as high as 30 something dollars. So I give that 4 whoop whoops for the deal. Whoop 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 whoop, because that's a good deal. And I'm a huge Soundwave fan, especially the cassettes. So even though this is not a line that I'm looking to collect, as far as finding a Soundwave to go with my Soundwave collection, I have no problem with that. So we're gonna open this bad boy up. And I also like, look at accessories. You get extra hands, you get the little cassette, which I'm pretty sure it looks laser beat colors, and then the weapons. And then back here, you can see that it actually fits in to him, into the little cassette area and all of that. So that's really cool. So I have to say that I'm pretty impressed with that as well. So good on Ross, because whenever I'm able to get something that I probably wouldn't have gotten on my own, even though I'm a Soundwave fan, I gotta give Ross props. And $7.99 is a great deal. Actually, they did have I saw Megatron there as well. I probably will go back and pick it up for $7.99. I'll pick it up. Let me know in the you want me to do another review? I know that there's reviews on this already out there, but if you want me to go pick up the Megatron edition, I will definitely do that. Let me know in the comments if that's something that you would like to see. So you see it there in its plastic prison. We're gonna take a look at the accessories first, and I just think that that's cool. Just the idea that with this design, you can do things like switching out the hands. So that's just sweet in itself. So I guess we'll free him, get him ready to go from the plastic prison here. Oh wait, we still got. It's like, where did my scissors go? You're hiding on me, man. Alright, got that there. Oh, I thought there was something on the legs, but I guess not. And I still got the band around his chest area there. Let's free that up too. Alright, oops. Alright, there we go. There you go. Alright, so we're gonna look at him in just a second, but let's start with the accessories first. It looks like one fell off here. Let's pick that up. I dropped his hand. He's down a hand, man. Alright, so anyone that's familiar with Soundwave knows about his weapons. So this is the one that goes on the shoulder mount. I'm pretty sure some of these are interchangeable. I guess in this case, are these? Oh, I guess not. I know that there's one of the other ones you actually could combine and put it like that, but that's fine. And then you have his weapon here. So that's cool. And then you have the little cassette. So it doesn't look, oh wait, does it? Oh, okay, I was like, does it transform? Because I mean, it looks like it has the lines where it could have done a little transformation, but I guess not. But that's fine. Looks like it's, I'm pretty sure that's Laserbeak. And then you have his alternate hands. So you got trigger figure hands. So that's cool. And then you have the figure himself. So I have to just say, just feeling it already, I mean, it does have a, that figure more like your traditional like action figure than Transformers. It just feels like that. And it's like, you know, you see that with a lot of the newer Transformers. You have a lot more articulation, and you know, I guess in this case that just helps with that as well. I know, you know, of course the older ones didn't have the articulation, so it looks like 2020 is when this came out. So you got the little ball joint down here, so you can do a lot of movement with the feet, do different things, so that's cool. And then you have, I mean, look at that, that's really good as far as being able to bend with the knee, and then also twisting at the hip there. And then of course you got the little ball here with the joint, so you can move the leg all the way around there. Doesn't look like a waist turn though, which is interesting actually. No waist turn. And then the hands, which of course makes sense since you can switch out the hands. You can turn at the bicep area. Got a good move of the elbow. Of course, good move of the shoulder as well. And it's interesting because normally when I'm doing articulations on Transformers, you know, you're like, oh, well, this movement is part of the transformation. Maybe it doesn't really count as being able to put it into a pose. But in this case, since there is no transformation, all of this is part of articulation. In this case, kind of interesting, though, that you can't... Oh, you can. I was going to say, I'm like, that would be weird. You can't turn the waist. Like, but I guess it was just a little bit stiff, which was weird. The reason why it kind of was curious to me was everything else seems really loose. I mean, look at that. So when I went to turn the waist, it didn't go at first. I'm just like, what? But it seemed like the waist is just a little bit stiff overall. So just as far as design, I think it's pretty sweet. I mean, it's kind of like that classic-esque design, not necessarily G1 specific, but pretty cool. I like the Decepticon symbol on it. Looks like inside you don't really have much as in the way of design, but it looks like when you push down, it kind of pops up, but not really. Let's see. So yeah, it's like it kind of comes up, but I don't know if maybe that's just mine. Let me know in the comments if you have one like that. And then he goes in there like that. Let me see. Okay, I was just curious that would it fall out if I just did that. So that's what it looks like when he has the cassette in. And it doesn't really matter. It's the same way either way. And it does, I mean, obviously it makes sense that it would just fall out. And I guess you could go either way. I was just seeing if it matters which way you put Laserbeak in the cassette mode, but I guess it doesn't. And then of course the head got full range of movement up and down. That's nice. So as far as the back, I was just seeing, I didn't think that anything else moves with it, but I just wanted to check. So I mean, obviously you're gonna have less Kibble-esque looking things, but I mean, this goes with the whole clip and the battery area, so that's why that's there. See a little imperfection there. That's kind of unfortunate, but... And then here you have where it would be the volume control. Of course, these don't actually move, but they're still there. And then as far as putting the accessories, you can put his weapon up there. And then, I mean, right now he has the fist, so let's get to that part. So it looks like that's just a simple pull to get that out. And then, as you can see, it looks very simple as far as replacing it. And then you're able to put the gun in like that. So, not bad at all. You know, you have the pointed finger for the trigger, which is a little bit different since this doesn't actually have the closed loop in it, but you can position it better so it actually holds in. So I think that's pretty nice. Having an extra set of hands is nice. As I said, this feels really loose. I don't know if that is just me. I mean, it stays in place, so I mean that's fine. Let me know in the comments if your guys' version was loose or not. But let's put on a turntable and take a look. All right, so here he is on the turntable. And I just have to say that, you know, thinking more about it, I can understand why maybe this didn't do as well. And I would assume it just has to do with the fact that a lot of the Transformer that's come out, because I mean, so this was 2020, and I'm thinking about, I mean, I wasn't collecting back then, but just based on the toys that I've, you know, seen on videos or collected since then, I just think that a lot of the articulation that you get matches what you see here. So then the question is like, okay, do you really need this version? So obviously if you're able to get it at a discount, then, and you like the character, sure, why not? But beyond that, unless it's just collection reasons, I'm not sure if you're like, oh well, I need a much more articulated Soundwave, so I need to get that versus this other version. Now, some of the other ones that I have, you know, are newer than 2020. Like I'm going to show you the retro re-release that came out. Well, I mean, it's Hasbro, and I think they had it also at Walmart. I think a few other places, but I'll show you the comparison between that and also the G1 version as well to see. I mean, I'm happy because I think it's cool. I think it looks nice. The articulation is sweet, and it adds it to my collection. But I just wouldn't see just the logic of it. I'm just not like, oh, I really need to get a non-transformable Soundwave because it has a little bit more articulation. I don't know. Let me know. For those who are really good, and that's another thing. I'm still learning poses and stuff like that. So let me know. Maybe I'm wrong. Is it that the way this is designed, there's a lot more that you can do with it than you can do with other Transformers? And I guess you take into consideration the Transformers that you had available in 2020 as opposed to 2024. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But last up, we'll show you what he looks like compared to a couple of other Soundwaves that I have in my collection. All right, so here are two others that I have. I actually have more Soundwaves than this, but I just wanted to show you. Actually, you know what? Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab one more. Over here, let's see. And this one's tiny. So I just want to grab one more as a comparison that I'll show you guys. So obviously this was the newest one that I got. This was that retro release. I forgot the exact name. I do apologize for that. But this is the one that came out in was it this year? I swear I get my years mixed up. I think it was 2023 it came out. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. But I know, I don't think it was 2024. If it was like right at the new year. But I think 2023. So, you know, obviously this is a G1 knockoff. So, I mean, obviously the articulation that you have on this is going to be a lot less. But, I mean, like, it's a forward bend and stuff like that. You have the feet. You have the bend at the elbows here that you can do. And then the shoulders, and then the head is that smaller flat head. But then, of course, you have more with the design. And of course, it transforms, right? So that's kind of the first comparison as far as articulation. So less articulation, but it's not like the extra balls on the feet or something like that, or even turning at the hips. You know, I guess it's a question of the trade-off of the articulation versus not being able to transform. And then of course then you have the newer one. So of course this is at least 3 years into the future of this one. So, but here it's like you have a little bit more articulation, but since this is supposed to be you know, like it's supposed to copy the old version, a lot of the articulation is the same, but of course you can transform as well. So it's like, I don't know. Again, if I wasn't a collector of sound waves, I probably would be like, I don't really need this guy, but I just like having him with the other ones. And this was a knockoff I got off of AliExpress. I say in a way, this is kind of the closest comparison to him because of the articulation. And this one transforms. So if you see here, you have the movement, even though that a lot of that is part of the transformation. But you see, you have a little ball that you can do a lot of articulation with the foot. You can turn at the, what would be the hip area, and you have the ball here as well to move that around, and it bends backwards just like the R.E.D. You have the waist turn, you have the hand turning, you have the ball and the rotation of the elbow area, and then you have the shoulder, and then you have the head, which is kind of a little bit more like the traditional head. But the key here is this one also transforms. And I realized on both of these I had the weapons like kind of, I guess it isn't wrong because this is, this was an example of what I was talking about, where you could connect. So you see you could do that. So that was what I was talking about, is being able to connect the two weapons. So that's the reason why I went back and I wanted to grab this and show you guys, because I was like, okay, this one, which is, a knockoff I got from AliExpress, this one is basically the closest comparison to this one, except this one transforms into the cassette player. So I just think that that's interesting. And as I said, this is not a video to attack the R.E.D or anything like that. I think it's fine. And I just think that more options. I guess you can look at it different ways. You can say greed. I try not to be so cynical. There definitely Hasbro does greedy stuff and they're trying to get their money. But I look at it as just another option. And since I love Soundwave and, collectors out there love their different people, it's just another character to get. And it's just one of those things where you decide with your wallet. And in this case, I guess it didn't sell a lot, and I was able to get it for $7.99, which is awesome because I think I have like 8 or 9 Soundwaves now. One of the days I'm going to do a what's in the box of all my Soundwaves just to show you guys. Let me know if you'd like to see that. I guess if I get some comments, I'll do it sooner than later, but either way, I'll do it eventually. So I definitely think that anyone who collects any of the Transformers and really is a fan of them, you'll get this to add it to your line, especially if there's a good deal on it. So that's basically my last word on it. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think of the R.E.D series? And thanks so much for geeking out with me for another Transformers unboxing and review. Hey, thanks for checking out the channel. And if you like what you've seen, please consider giving us a like, comment, a sub, all that stuff. It really helps the algorithm as we try to make a push to reach out to more collectors that, like me, like to get that discount. Because you know how I say, no discount, no deal. Alright, catch you later.